Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I just wanted to talk about the Coco Mademoiselle Fragrance Primer. And I'm going to make this video real quick, but I'm so excited to talk about this. So this is the new fragrance primer from Chanel. I don't really know if they have fragrance primers for their other perfume lines like Gabrielle or whatever, or like the Chance perfumes, but they did release this a few months ago. And because I am obsessed with the Coco Mademoiselle line, I basically have almost all the flankers. I just had to have this. So this is the bottle, and here's the mist. Okay, so I'm going to put the notes up on my screen, and I will say that this is not as intense as the Coco Mademoiselle perfumes. I don't care if it's the EDT, the original Coco Mademoiselle, or the Coco Mademoiselle Intense. This is not meant to replace any of those. You were supposed to spray this before you spray any of your Coco Mademoiselle perfumes. And from what I was told by my SA, this is actually water-based. So it's not going to last very long, you guys. The purpose of the fragrance primer is that this is supposed to give a little bit more intensity, maybe a little bit more projection to your Coco Mademoiselle perfumes. It's supposed to make it a little bit more long lasting. The thing is, if you guys have Coco Mademoiselle, whether it's the EDT, the original, the intense, then you know that these perfumes are already quite intense and long lasting, at least in my experience. Are they going to last you overnight? Probably not. But I will keep this at like 2 sprays max, maybe 3. But they are very intense. And just for the record, I have the EDT, which is the eau de toilette version. And I thought, okay, it's EDT, it's not going to be that bad. So I sprayed myself like 5 times. And then when I went to go see the doctor, the old lady that was sitting beside me actually got up and left. So I honestly don't know if this is even needed. If you're already happy with the way that your Coco Mademoiselle perfume is performing, this is really not necessary. And again, I don't think that this can replace any of the perfumes. If you're like thinking, okay, maybe if I just buy this instead of the perfume, maybe I can save a little bit more money. I think this is actually, I think I bought this for about $140, so it's not even that far off from buying the actual Coco Mademoiselle perfumes. And I believe the EDT is even cheaper. And honestly, if you already have the La Preve and you guys already know, the pros and cons of this, it doesn't really last long, it's very light, you will probably not like the fragrance primer as well because they both have the same type of performance. This smells closer to the original Coco Mademoiselle perfume, so they definitely have the same DNA. This is like a more fresh, a little bit more citrusy version of the Coco Mademoiselle perfume. But if we're going to talk about projection, how long lasting it is, I mean, they're kind of on par with each other. And somebody asked, if they already have the La Preve, is this really necessary? They have different functions. This is a perfume that is meant to be sprayed before you go to bed, and that's why it's very light. This one is a primer, so you're supposed to spray it before you actually spray the Coco Mademoiselle perfume. So they have different functions. I feel like you don't really need to have either one of them. If you have spare change and you just want to collect the Coco Mademoiselle line, then go ahead and buy the fragrance primer, go ahead and buy the La Preve. But me personally, am I going to repurchase this? No. Am I going to keep using this? Yes, but you guys, my favorite perfume from the Coco Mademoiselle line is the intense version. And if you have this, then you know this is already intense. So my experience is if I combine these two together, it almost feels like I'm overdoing it. On its own, it very much reminds me of the original Coco Mademoiselle perfume more so than the La Preve. So if you just want something that, is light, that won't linger on for too long, then yeah, go ahead and get this. You can maybe use it as a substitute for any of the Coco Mademoiselle perfumes, but again, it's not going to last you very long. You think the La Preve already has issues when it comes to projection and performance, then you're probably going to be just as disappointed with this. So these are my thoughts on the Coco Mademoiselle fragrance primer. TLDR, you don't really need this. If you're a fan of the Coco Mademoiselle line and you just want to have it in your collection and you have the extra cash laying around, then yes, go ahead and buy this. But if you are looking for a fragrance primer that will really double the projection and double the performance of your already intense Coco Mademoiselle perfume, then this really isn't necessary.